Hello, geometry enthusiasts. Welcome to an exciting journey into the world of quadrilaterals, specifically focusing on a powerful concept in triangles. Today, we are diving deep into the converse of the midpoint theorem. A line through a midpoint, parallel to a side, bisects the third side. We'll explore this idea across 4 levels: easy, medium, hard, and hardest, building your understanding step by step. Let's unlock the secrets of parallel lines and midpoints. Ready to unravel a fascinating geometric secret? Let's start with the basics of how a special line can perfectly cut a triangle's side. First, let's quickly recall the midpoint theorem itself. It tells us that if we connect the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, that connecting line will be parallel to the third side and half its length. Now, its converse is what we are really interested in today. It asks, what if a line already starts from a midpoint and is already parallel to another side? What magic does it perform on the third side of the triangle? Imagine a triangle, say ABC. If you take the exact middle point of one side, let's call it D on AB. Then, draw a line from D that runs perfectly parallel to the base, BC. This line will inevitably cross the third side, AC, at a point E. The converse of the midpoint theorem states that this point E will always be the exact midpoint of AC. So, the parallel line from the midpoint literally cuts the third side into two equal halves, it bisects it. To solidify your understanding, try these 3 practice questions. They'll help you apply what you've just learned about a line passing through a midpoint and being parallel to a side. Pause the video, solve them, and then check your answers to reinforce your grasp of the concept. Now, let's elevate our understanding. We'll move beyond the basic concept to formally prove this theorem and explore its deeper implications. Before we dive into the proof, let's quickly recap both the midpoint theorem and its converse. The midpoint theorem gives us a parallel line from two midpoints. Its converse, our topic, tells us that a line from *1 midpoint, parallel to a side, guarantees the bisection of the third side. This distinction is key, as we'll now formally prove why this bisection always happens. The formal statement of the converse midpoint theorem is precise. In a triangle ABC, if D is the midpoint of AB, and a line through D is parallel to BC, intersecting AC at E, then E must be the midpoint of AC. Our proof strategy involves a clever construction, drawing a parallel line from C to AB. This helps us create a parallelogram, which then allows us to use triangle congruence to show that A equals EC. Let's walk through the proof step by step. By constructing CF parallel to BA, we form a parallelogram DBCF. This gives us equal opposite sides, like DB equals FC. Since D is the midpoint, AD equals DB, which means AD also equals FC. Now, by considering triangles ADE and CFE, and using alternate interior angles and vertically opposite angles, along with AD equals FC, we can prove these two triangles are congruent using the AS criterion. Congruence directly implies that AE equals CE, thus proving E is the midpoint of AC. Time to test your skills with some medium-level challenges. These 5 questions will require you to apply the converse midpoint theorem, understand its proof, and use it in slightly more complex scenarios. Take your time, think through the steps, and see how well you can navigate these geometric problems. Alright, geometry enthusiasts, it's time to step up our game. Let's explore the converse midpoint theorem with more advanced insights and connections. We'll revisit the rigorous proof, focusing on how the construction of a parallelogram DBCF is pivotal. By establishing DBCF as a parallelogram, we prove DB equals FC. Combined with D being the midpoint, this leads to AD equals FC. Then, using alternate interior angles and vertically opposite angles, we show triangles ADE and CFE are congruent by us. This congruence elegantly confirms that E is indeed the midpoint of AC, as AE equals CE. This theorem isn't isolated, it's deeply connected to other fundamental concepts. It's a special case of the basic proportionality theorem, or BPT. If D is parallel to BC, BPT states ADDB equals AEC. If D is the midpoint, ADDB is 1, directly implying AEC is 1, so AE equals EC. It's also a specific instance of the more general intercept theorem, which deals with multiple parallel lines creating equal intercepts on transversals. The converse midpoint theorem is incredibly versatile, extending its utility beyond simple triangles. It's crucial for understanding properties of quadrilaterals, especially trapeziums. For example, if you have a trapezium and a line through the midpoint of a non-parallel side is parallel to the parallel sides, it will bisect the other non-parallel side. This is often proven by dividing the trapezium into triangles with a diagonal and applying the theorem sequentially, revealing its chain application power. Now, it's time to tackle some harder problems that demand a deeper understanding and application of the converse midpoint theorem. These 7 questions challenge you to connect the theorem with other concepts like similarity, BPT, and its application in quadrilaterals. Get ready to put your analytical skills to the test. Welcome to the ultimate challenge. This is where we push the boundaries of understanding the converse midpoint theorem, exploring its most rigorous proofs, advanced applications, and even its conceptual links to the real world. Let's begin with a rigorous proof using coordinate geometry. By strategically placing the triangle's vertices on a coordinate plane, we can use algebraic equations for lines and midpoints. We'll calculate the coordinates of D, the slope of BC, and then the equation of line D. By finding the intersection of D and AC, we determine the coordinates of E. Finally, we'll verify that ES coordinates match the midpoint formula for AC, thus proving the theorem algebraically. Another elegant way to prove this theorem is through vector algebra. By setting A as the origin, we represent points B, C, D, and E using position vectors. The condition that they is parallel to BC translates into vector they being a scalar multiple of vector BC. By equating the coefficients of the basis vectors, we can solve for the scalar that defines ES position on AC, unequivocally showing that E is indeed the midpoint, thus offering a concise and powerful proof. The converse midpoint theorem is a powerful specific case of the broader intercept theorem. The intercept theorem states that if parallel lines cut equal segments on one transversal, they do so on all others. We can visualize this by drawing additional parallel lines through the triangle's vertices. If D is the midpoint of AB, the parallel lines through A, D, and B create equal intercepts on AB. By the intercept theorem, these same parallel lines must then create equal intercepts on AC, proving AE equals EC. This generalization highlights the theorem's deep geometric roots. In competitive geometry, mastering this theorem involves not just understanding, but also strategic application. Key techniques include auxiliary constructions, where drawing extra parallel lines or diagonals can unlock solutions. Chain application, where the theorem is used multiple times in a sequence, is common in complex figures. Avoid pitfalls like confusing the theorem with its converse or misidentifying midpoints or parallel lines. Conceptually, these principles underpin structural stability in engineering, accurate scaling in architecture, and precise movements in robotics, demonstrating its far-reaching relevance. All right, for the ultimate challenge, here are the first 5 out of 10 hardest questions. These problems require a blend of analytical thinking, proof techniques, and a deep understanding of the theorem's connections. Take your time, apply all the knowledge you've gained, and strive for elegant solutions. And here are the final 5 questions to complete your hardest level challenge. These problems will truly test your mastery, pushing you to think critically about coordinate geometry, real-world implications, and the nuances of geometric proofs. Good luck, and remember to justify every step of your reasoning. And that wraps up our in-depth exploration of the converse of the midpoint theorem. We hope this journey, from easy explanations to advanced proofs and applications, has significantly deepened your understanding. Remember, practice is key to mastering these concepts. For more such comprehensive educational content and to continue your learning adventure, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting lessons. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep excelling in mathematics.